agreement? Yeah. Mhm. United States Department of Interior? Yeah. National Park Service, Olympic National Park, and the Port Angeles Fire Department. Mhm. Collin County Fire Districts? Yes. Number two, three, four, five, and six? Yeah. Now, I know that you originally intended for these to be for wildfires. Yes. But actually, 16 U.S. Code 1B Secretary, emergency assistance, supplies or rental equipment, enter into reciprocal agreements, waiver of claims reimbursements, ratification of prior agreements. Yeah. What's the liability to the Department of Interior for knowing that you're violating the laws of the United States? Hmm. It it probably invalidates these. Yeah. But it doesn't mean that they're not enforced at the time that I informed the National Park Service. Um, this agreement is entered into by the chairman and fire chiefs of the Clallam County Fire Districts. Two, three, four, five, six, and the fire chief of the city of Port Angeles, who have the signature authority, yes, to enter in agreements. Now, this signature authority, you have signature authority because of what reason? Incident Business Management Handbook, reimburse districts, reimburse. Seems like there's a lot of money involved in these mutual agreements. It's as if you have a fire out there in the forest and the National Park Service calls everybody to work on it. The federal government's paying you right now. A lot of money in these agreements. First 2 hours of wildland fire response, not inclusive travel to or from the incident, and no cost to the MPS. The initial 2 hours of wildland fire response and travel to and from the scene will be considered covered in the payment in lieu of taxes the federal government pays the county. Yes. Now, it's nice that you give them a free 2 hours worth of your fire department right now. But I would say that any time after that 2 hours on the scene, the district will submit a bill within 60 days of the incident to the appropriate agency for any requested resources on scene. Now, how much of these mutual agreements could be millions? Costs will be determined on an hourly basis as determined by the current year's engine apparatus reimbursement price, as set in the Fire Business Management Handbook PNW Regional Supplements. Ouch. Now, I'm just wondering why it is that nobody sees that. You don't think it's a kidnapping, a false arrest, a false imprisonment, fraudulent mental health evaluations with the intention of violating my rights and the rights of my family. Yes. A review of this agreement will be conducted every 5 years for appropriateness and modified or renewed for a period of not more than 5 years from the year from the date of the last party signs a modification of renewal. Now, just looking at it, yes. A few of these individuals, known as the fire chiefs at that time, right now, they're liable. Pooch. I'll sue them for every. What is it that I don't know? Award and payment. Yeah. City of Port Angeles. Yeah. Give me your water rights. This is really good that you bent over backwards to help somebody. Yes. In 1980. I understand you had comments in the following areas. Yeah. Average demand volume allocation factor was computed incorrectly by dividing 6 months of average demand by 365 instead of 180 days. Now that's quite a difference. I mean, is it a full year is the divider or is it 180 days? It's kind of like if you did a calculation, let's say you had a number 1,000. You can divide it by 365 and it's approximately 3. Yes. Or you can divide it by 180 and it's approximately 5. Oh, you question whether a proposed rate of return, while appropriate, should not apply to sales of other government entity. We disagree with this opinion, believe that the rate of return should be equalized among all customer classes. Now, let's say this water rate charged the city government, county, and school district customers reflects the full rate of return. However, the proposed PUD is interim. Seems like the PUD as a separate corporation from the actual city corporation. And you feel generous as our average cost of capital, which is just a minimum return is 5%. Could you, you should note that the rate-based calculated PUD is net of $106,000 of contributions in aid of construction. Now, just looking at some of these agreements and contracts, Poe, could you get me the signature on every archive of every city of the I'm going to sue every city. Pouch. I'm going to sue every city of the United States of America.